Zionists started the 1948 war.
Yeah, that is a load of rubbish, but go ahead.
Before May of 1948, when the Arab League finally declared war on Israel, Zionists had expelled over 300,000 Palestinians up till that point.
That kind of deranged argument is the equivalent of arguing that World War II began with the Allies bombing Dresden and 12 million Germans losing their homes.
Before a single Arab army declared war on Israel, Zionists also committed dozens of massacres and pushed these people into the neighboring countries.
That is nothing but a big fat lie. The Israeli-Arab War didn't finally break out on May 48. It started on the 30th of November 1947. And only one day after the United Nations voted on dividing the land of Israel into a Jewish country on land owned by Jews and an Arab country on land owned by Arabs. The Jews were happy with the vote because they hoped it would bring an end to the conflict. However, the Arab reaction to the vote was to initiate a war against the Jews by ambushing Jewish buses in Petah Tikva and later that day in Jerusalem. 2 days later, it continued with an organized pogrom here in the Mamila market, targeting Jewish shops and shop owners. 2 days after that, Arabs from Khiria and Sakia attacked Kibbutz Efal, and 4 days later, the Holy Jihad Army attacked the Jewish neighborhood of Hatikva in Tel Aviv. But that was not the only Arab army. Already on October 47, before the United Nations vote, the Secretary General of the Arab League, the Egyptian Azam Pasha, declared that the war against the Jews would be a glorious massacre that would be remembered like the Mongol and Crusader massacres. On October 47, the Arab League agreed on creating an army of Arab volunteers from all of the neighboring countries to fight the Jews. That army, the Arab Liberation Army, joined the war on January 48 and attacked the kibbutz of Yechiam. Later on February, it attacked kibbutz Tirat Zvi. The official Arab armies publicly declared that they will join the war only in May 48, when the British planned to withdraw from the land of Israel. But that didn't really prevent the Syrian army from attacking kibbutz Kfar Saled in the 9th of January 48, or Jordan's Arab Legion from attacking Gush Etzion in 14th of January 48. In the beginning of April, the Arab Liberation Army attacked kibbutz Mishmar HaEmek. Arabs initially declared victory, but the Jews managed to counter the attack, eventually took over the surrounding Arab villages.
You expel people from their homes, you push them into the neighboring countries, you massacre those who remain, and then you fucking cry victim.
That is exactly the point. That is what you have been doing to Jews in the land of Israel since the 1500s, 1600s, the early 1800s, not to mention 1921, 1920s, 1929, 1936 until 1939. Countless massacres against the Jews in the land of Israel, and when you suddenly start to find out, that is when you start to whine and cry victim.
Oh, and all of this is verified by Israeli historians like Ilan Pape, Simcha Flapan, Tom Segev, Avi Schlein, and Benny Morse.
When you throw out names, why don't you do the minimal effort of reading the books you're yapping about? The birth of a Palestinian refugee problem, 1947 until 1949. Literally, chapter number 1 begins with how the Arabs rejected the partition plan of the 29th of November 47, started terror attacks that led to an actual war. According to him, the civil war broke out in December of 1947, and later on in January of 48, they got reinforcements with the Arab Liberation Army. Literally, your own book exposed your lie.